Hello, welcome to the podcast about the fiery destructive volcanoes, brought to you by yours truly, Shae and Tori. On this fine day, we will be discussing the lovely natural disasters called volcanoes. From this podcast, you will be fully educated on the historic Mount St. Helens disasters, the cause of them, and how to stay safe in the event of a volcano.
On March 27th of 1980, an explosive eruption came from Mount St. Helens. It was followed by an air blast with gas, ash, and stone for 12 miles from the summit. It was a minor eruption, but the first in 123 years. On May 18th, a severe earthquake opened a crack on the north side of the mountain. The north slope fell away in an avalanche. 60 people and thousands of animals died. About 10 million trees were blown. The last blast reduced the volcano's height by 1,300 feet. The second major eruption was on May 25th of 1980. The magma formed a volcanic dome in the resulting crater. The eruptions caused 30 deaths. Mount St. Helens has an estimated time period of 20 more years of life. Mount St. Helens is located in the Cascade Range in southwestern Washington, Oregon. Scientists that study volcanoes are called volcanologists. Charlie Crisafulli says that some patches of snow did protect some vegetation and that there were many ecological responses. Another scientist, Dan Zerzan, says that there's an ice glacier in the crater that was only melted by 25% from magma. The cause of volcano eruptions happens when the upper mantle or lower crust melts and magma forms. Rock melts inside the volcano and the magma rises through a vent. New magma enters an already filled chamber, and then it is forced up the volcano and erupts.
Volcanoes are measured in many ways. The size of the eruption is measured using VEI, Volcanic Explosivity Index, and measured from non-explosive and gentle to supercolossal or even megacolossal. Satellites also are used to monitor the volcanoes from space, and they use pictures and heat and sulfur dioxide changes and changes in the surface. They also use tiltmeters, which are positioned around the volcano, and they're a small container of liquid that are connected to a computer and can show changes in the landscape. Lastly, they use seismic activity. With the Mount St. Helens eruption on March 27th of 1980, it was predicted using tiltmeters and studying the seismic activity from earthquakes, as well as monitoring the escaping gases. Volcanologists predict eruptions to some extent. Before an eruption, you can see gases released from a volcano. They can also use a variety of tools, such as tiltmeter, but they can't tell exactly when a volcano will erupt. Questions they still have are, why do some volcanoes become active all of a sudden, and why is it there a sudden outbreak of volcanoes and climate changes in Iceland due to the volcanoes? Volcanoes are obviously extremely dangerous, so in order to stay safe, you need to take certain precautions. The first step is to not live next to an active, potentially dangerous volcano. If you do, though, you should make sure to listen to the news for when an eruption could occur. Next, you should know evacuation plans and leave when told to do so. If a volcano does erupt while you are nearby, get to high ground and avoid lava, or get inside a strong structure or building. Don't breathe in the gases, and seek medical attention if you are harmed. Major volcanic eruptions have actually caused slight climate changes in the past due to the massive outpour of gases and ash. Sulfuric gases and other gases alter the temperature for brief periods of time, but if an eruption were large enough, it could actually cause permanent climate change.
We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and thank you for listening. We hope you learned a lot about the eruptive past of Mount St. Helens, the science behind the volcano eruptions, and the safety precautions. And remember, everything is better in the end, and if it's not better, it's not the end.